it's Mermaid Syrena. Shalom, merfin, and happy Thanksgiving Day. Today we are going to take a little time to build a sandcastle indoors. I have missed you all so much. As you can see, I lost my voice. It's been gone for 22 days. I can't believe it. I've looked everywhere for it. Maybe you can help me find it. Okay, so here's some of the places that I looked. I looked in my mermaid cove. I looked under the water. I looked above the water on the sand. And then I also looked in my treasure chest. The really large one that you've seen in lots of my videos. Also, my medium-sized one that I take to all of my events. And my very tiny one that I love to keep my mermaid lip gloss in my mirror. But I can't find my voice anywhere. And I definitely didn't give it to that very terrible sea creature who calls herself a sea witch. She did not steal my voice like she did Ariel from The Little Mermaid. No, I would have never done that. I would have never given it to her. But my voice has been missing for 22 days. I must find it soon. I've missed you all so much, and I'm so glad that I get to share this Thanksgiving Day with you. Let's make a sandcastle together. Since I couldn't find my voice anywhere, I decided to make these sandcastles indoors, and I wanted to bring you along with me. Have you ever lost your voice? Where did you find it? How long did it take you to get it back? You've got to tell me. I must know. Because it's been 22 days, I feel like that's way too long, and I'm starting to wonder if I'm even going to get my voice back at all. I surely hope so. So as you can see, I already started making one of my walls, and I'm going to keep adding on different little castle building sides in order to continue to make more of these walls. But I'm indoors, so the sand is definitely cooperating. But you know, when you're outside and you're at the beach, it doesn't always go that way. So let's talk about a few tips that can help you to make your sandcastle amazing. Number 1. You should make sure that you go grab some water. So you can just grab some water from the ocean, obviously. Take your bucket, and you may want to take a few of them, and fill it up with water from the ocean. Bring it back, and just pour it on your sand. Just dump it all on there. And you don't want it to be too wet. So take your time, go slow, pick your area that you want to have your sandcastle in. Preferably not too close to the ocean, because then it could just get washed out really quickly. And you don't want that, right? So, you're going to build your sandcastle not too far from the ocean, but also not too close. And you're going to pour that sand, you're going to pour that water onto the sand, and you're going to let it sit for just a little bit. The reason why you want it to let it sit is because you don't want the water to be too wet. You don't want it to be super moist to where you can't even form anything with the sand itself. If you look at sand, it's made up of a lot of tiny pieces of sand, which is called grains. And those grains need to be packed in together with the water. So the water is like keeping it together like glue, which is pretty awesome, I think. But so you want to build a sandcastle that is gonna stick together for sure. Okay, let's keep going along with these tips. You've got your water, you've poured it into the sand, and now you're just gonna wait for just a little bit so that some of that water can drain out from the sand. Once your water has drained out a little bit, you can now start packing your sand into your buckets. So you can pack it into the buckets, your sandcastle buckets that have shapes like you see mine here. And then you're going to pat on it like you saw me doing a few times. And then voila, you will have a portion of your sandcastle built. But before you started building, you may want to build a wall around it. It's really great to have a wall just so that if the water does come up, it doesn't immediately take your sandcastle out. You should make your sandcastle look as pretty and neat and nice and strong and tall as possible. Do you know why? Because mermaids love sandcastles. We will be drawn to your sandcastle if it's amazing and strong and tall and looks unique as well. So you gotta have a lot of imagination to build your sandcastles. Also, did you know that you could take a little bit of sea glass and point the sea glass towards the ocean, and the mermaid will be looking for that sea glass and will probably come and find your sandcastle. So you gotta find some sea glass to put on top. Don't be afraid to mess up. There's a portion in here where sometimes even I messed up. All you have to do is just pour the sand back out of your castle bucket and repack it into the bucket. Slowly take your time. Really pack it in there. The reason why is because the better you pack it in there, the better the form it's going to make from the bucket that you're using, or if you have sandcastle bucket that has shapes in it, it's going to come out better. The best that you take with just taking your time with packing it into the actual bucket. Try not to go too fast. But if you mess up, all you have to do is just take that sand and put it back into the bucket again. Just put it back in there and then start all over with the same process, and then let it out, and then there you go. You've got another shape for your sandcastle. Have some fun with it. There's so many different shapes out there. You definitely want to have some really good tools. As you can see in this video, I have a lot of tools. I think I have like 2 or 3. I know I have at least 2, if not 3, really wonderful tools. I have like a rake, I have a shovel. Oh yeah, and then the other end of my rake has a little spoon on it, so it was helping me like scoop the sand into the really fun buckets. So yeah, just have some fun with it. Look at this sandcastle. It is really coming along. I'm just making a lot of small little sandcastles rather than trying to build like a really large tall one because I'm indoors. But have you ever built a really tall one? Did you measure it? How tall did it get? Also, have you ever built a sandcastle with a friend on the beach? Or someone that you met on the beach that became your friend? Or maybe your brother or your sister or your mom or dad? Sandcastles are so much fun. Have you ever been so sad to see summer end that you decided to take the beach home with you? What do I mean by that? Have you ever tried taking the sand home with you that you have on the beach? Oh no, I heard a story where someone actually tried to do that and they put it in their parents' car trunk. So they packed up a lot of sand and somehow the parents didn't see them doing this. Maybe they were hanging out with friends on the beach or something, or they just weren't paying attention, but I can't believe it. They actually put the sand in the back trunk of the vehicle, of the car. And they got home and the parents were like, no, 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 you can't do that. Because obviously now they're going to have to try to clean out all of that sand. Oh no. But the little one didn't know. They just knew that they really wanted to bring home a bunch of sand to try to make a sand castle at home in their own backyard. I could understand that. So I know that today is Thanksgiving and you're all having lots of yummy food. You must tell me, what's your favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving? Last year we did a mermaid Thanksgiving together, and do you remember what we talked about in that video? Well, if you don't, I will definitely link it as part of this video so that you can go back and watch our mermaid Thanksgiving from last year. But I thought I'd do something a little different this year and bring the beach sand to us for Thanksgiving morning. You must also tell me if there's a favorite dessert that you have for Thanksgiving that you can't wait to eat today. Oh my goodness, a lot of people love pumpkin pie, but then there's some people who like sweet potato pie. And some people said that one pie is a lot better than the other. Do you like either sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie? If you do, you must tell me so also in the comments. Don't forget, I know I'm asking a lot of questions today, but that's because I'm trying to get to know you a little bit better each and every time I upload a video.